What does he do?
He's a student, Judge. He's a high school student. So
I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, I, he scares me, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person of Harris County. Do you understand, Mr.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into an intense courtroom drama involving a high school student facing multiple serious charges, including aggravated assault, criminal mischief, and terroristic threats. The case spans Harris County and even Galveston, with shocking messages and photos sent by the defendant. Over the next few minutes, we'll break down every tense moment, analyze the judge's decisions, and uncover the real stakes. Stay tuned, because by the end, you'll see why this case has everyone on edge. Could a teen really be this dangerous? Let's find out.
aware that there's a lot more to this story, and we think it's going to get straightened out.
Let me express my extreme disappointment with you, Mr. Poole. You are on bond for an evading arrest, a criminal mischief. You've picked up an aggravated assault of a family member and now a terroristic threat. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right.
Right here, the judge lays out the charges, and it's immediately clear the severity: evading arrest, criminal mischief, aggravated assault, and a terroristic threat. Probable cause is being established, which basically means the court has enough evidence to move forward. Notice how the defendant is reminded of his rights, including the right to an attorney. This moment is crucial. Any misstep here could impact the case significantly. Viewers, think about this. If you were in the defendant's shoes, how would you respond knowing that every word could be used against you?
Remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney. Shh. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
The defendant is the complainant's ex-boyfriend. During a walk-in report, the complainant told the officers that her and the defendant had an on and off dating relationship since the 8th grade, but they broke up in June 2024. In September, the defendant told the complainant, "Stop talking all that mess before I come to your house and fucking shoot you." The complainant told the officers that right after the incident, the defendant sent her photos of a gun in his lap. The complainant stated the defendant also told one of the complainant's friends that he was going to shoot the complainant.
Tell me about the ag assault. What happened there?
Your Honor, in the ag assault, one moment.
In the criminal mischief, is it with the same complaining witness as well?
The criminal mischief's from a prior event where we had experimented trying a drug and kind of got crazy and broke stuff with it.
Yes, Your Honor. And then for the aggravated
Completely
assault,
unrelated.
it says the complainant and her friends went to a party, and at the party, they saw the defendant trying to get in, but was ultimately turned away because too many people were there already. While walking, the complainant ignored the defendant, and the defendant stated, "Are you going to apologize?" And the complainant kept walking. The defendant began cussing at the complainant and said, "I got it on me." And the defendant said the complainant said at that time, the defendant got a pistol from his ankle and
Type term. Here's where the drama spikes. The defendant sent threatening messages and even photos of a gun. Then at the party, he allegedly pulled a pistol from his ankle. The court transcript confirms a witness corroborated the complainant's statement. This is a textbook escalation from verbal threats to a physical danger, which explains why the judge is taking such a hard stance. Audience, consider this. How does the law differentiate between a threat and actual intent to harm? And how would you assess the level of danger here?
pointed it at her. And then witnesses corroborated the complainant's statement. And Your Honor, there's also a pending terroristic threat out of Galveston as well for the same complaining witness. Yes.
Did you know about this?
I did not know about that.
Do you have an open case in Galveston as well? I think, Mr. Poole, that you are a complete and utter danger to our society. And I'm going to do everything in my power to protect Harris County from anyone that does any kind of damage whatsoever. I am now revoking your bonds on both of your other cases. It goes with you. I'm sorry. As much as I love you, it's unacceptable the way things have been going. And I think that you don't get the message. And now I hope you do. But I am now going to give you home confinement. You're not allowed out if you bond out of jail. I'm going to make your bond sky high. I think that you're a complete.
Now we see the judge revoking bonds. This is a serious move. The court is saying you cannot be trusted out on bond. Home confinement is being imposed, signaling a strong message. Public safety comes first. Notice the judge's emphasis on potential long-term consequences. 50 to 60 years in prison, that's not just a warning, it's a legal reality if the defendant escalates. For viewers, do you think this restriction is fair for a high school student, or does it seem extreme given his age?
Utter danger to everyone. You flaunt our bond conditions. And it truly sad, Mr. Poole, because you have but one life. And when you have a gun and when you start using that, God forbid that you do some irreparable damage, that you dig yourself into a hole where you're looking at 50 to 60 years in prison, perhaps life. 99% of people that are in jail are there because they have no self-control. They either use something, they are on something, and they get upset. They wig out without thinking, if I say this, what's going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? It's unacceptable. And now I will do everything, like I said, in my power to protect Harris County. So if you do get out, you must remain home confinement. You're not allowed out. No weapons, no contact with any of the complaining witnesses whatsoever. No dope, no alcohol. Anything else? I mean, what does he do?
He's a student, Judge. He's a high school student. So
I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, he scares me.
understood. And Chip and I are going to put some things together. I think that there's a different scenario really going on than what this reflects in the probable cause statements. And we're going to bring that to the prosecutors. And so forth.
If you have something that shows me different to what they have, I'm all ears.
Understood.
I never want to see a kid lose out on school, because to me, it's the most important thing in life,
Understood. If we do home confinement, can there be an exception to that when he's at school and he just has to report immediately back to his home?
Is he like in high school? Right?
He's a high school student.
In high school.
I mean,
Yeah, Judge, he's actually currently, because of the situation, doing online school, so he'll be able to do it from home.
Oh, okay, good.
So disregard.
There we go. Are you, Mom and Dad? Come on up, come up. Thank you so much for coming. Shh. It's out of control. I don't know what else to do. But it seems that when he's out in public and he's out, partying, there's a wake of trouble. Did you guys know that he has a case in Galveston as well?
No, Your Honor, this is the first time we heard of that.
Is it currently open?
It's currently open, Your Honor.
Something that the lawyers are also unaware of as well,
We think it's all one event that happened over a few hours. We don't know.
But it's not though. It's not. He's, 12 in December of 23, we have a criminal mischief and evading arrest. Now, a couple months later, we've got Galveston. It's not. And I think that we need to really give him a wake-up call before he really does irreparable damage,
If I could just clarify, the two events here in Harris and the one event in Galveston, we think that was all in the one series of events that happened between football games and a party on a hotel.
We need to figure out what's going on, to figure out why it's continuing to happen. I want what's best for your son. I really do.
The court is uncovering a pattern here. Multiple incidents across Harris County and Galveston show a trajectory that isn't just a one-time mistake. Probable cause statements might give a skewed picture, but the judge and attorneys are piecing together a bigger narrative. This is critical. Courts often consider behavior patterns when deciding bail or confinement. For the audience, think about this. How should repeated misbehavior influence legal consequences, especially for minors?
And I will help you in any ways that I can. I have to put him in custody today because I have to show him that it's unacceptable what he's doing and picking up these two cases, especially the fact that he's picked up an aggravated assault. That's, you've got a great lawyer. We'll be here to figure it out with you.
And Judge, he's already addressed the bond on the felony case as well. So he's gone in and addressed it with the felony. We're just
Bond, huh?
understood.
So I'm making your bonds 30,000 each. I don't know if they're going to bond you out, but if you do get out, you better be on your best behavior, and you are not to go anywhere. What I'd like to do is, I'm going to take him in now. I'd like to do an evaluation. It's called a TRAS to see what the best way of going forward. We have clinicians that can sit there and evaluate him, talk to him, figure out what's going on. And
At this point, the judge is weighing options: custody, evaluation, and possibly boot camp. These interventions aim to assess underlying issues and protect both the teen and society. The involvement of clinicians shows the court is not just punitive, it's also seeking rehabilitation. This raises a key discussion point. How do courts balance discipline and support for young defendants? Share your thoughts. Would you prioritize rehabilitation or strict punishment in a case like this?
Perhaps boot camp is the right way. We have these other things that we have at our disposal to see how we go forward, because I just don't know. I don't know what's going on in his life. I don't know what he's doing, what he's taking.
I did. Judge, again, I think that these probable cause statements are giving a skewed picture of what's
So
really
that's
going
right. Let's not put the cart ahead of the horse. We'll give you time. And then if you see something different, just come back and let me know. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
If you need anything, always come back. We're here. We'll help you out in any way that we can. And sometimes some kids are harder to reach, but we'll do everything on our power to reach them one way or the other. So we got you. Okay. We'll take care of you one way or the other. Okay. All right. He goes with you. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do a mow-up. So hold on, Stephen, hold on. Mr. Poole, I'm entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies SM as a protected individual. You're not to commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where the person works. If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a violation protective order, and you violate those conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond.
Here's a critical legal moment: the match order for emergency protection. The defendant is prohibited from contacting the protected individual, possessing weapons, or coming within 200 feet. Violating this order could mean zero bond and immediate detention. This shows how courts use protective orders to prevent further harm. Viewers, pay attention. These measures highlight the seriousness of threats and stalking behavior. What would you do if you were tasked with enforcing this order in real life?
Zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every person of Harris County. Do you understand, Mr. Poole? Okay. All right. We'll have him sign it, and then.
To wrap this up, we've seen a case that escalated from teenage mischief to serious threats and potential violence. The judge's rulings, revoked bonds, home confinement, and emergency protection reflect the severity of the situation and the need to protect the community. Key takeaways: patterns of repeated offenses matter, escalation is taken seriously, and courts can balance accountability with evaluation for rehabilitation. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.